What sexual activities could I give my sub after a good day, but I'm not in the mood to dominate a scene, be sexual at all, or even be touched? Femdom who wrote this message and you feel just so run down, you don't feel like dominating a scene, you don't feel like being sexual, you don't feel like being touched in any way. Those, I understand, we all have bad days, we all get tired, but the way you phrase that is really concerning for me. It hurts my heart that you feel so run down and so empty. And I would encourage you, Femdom, who wrote this question, what do you want on a day like that? That's what we need to really stop and talk about. You're asking if all of these strategies to get him to climax will be effective. No. Don't allow him to go off gallivanting online with someone else, even if it's under your supervision. Do not do it. Do not do it. What I want you to do, Femdom, is listen to me. And think about when you feel that run down, when you feel that drained, that tired. You don't want sex. You don't want to top. What do you want? What do you want? And if the answer to that is you want him to be silent for the rest of the night and you just zone out for 2 hours and watch your favorite movie, then you know what? Gag him, use him as a human footstool, and put him in his place where he belongs. And you, queen, take the night off. You're asking how you can be dominant. Do what the fuck you want to do, queen. Do you even want to be the femdom here? Or do you just feel manipulated and pressured and pushed into being the femdom here? Because you cannot step into this power if you feel insecure, if you feel intimidated, or if you feel like an imposter. And I have a video about that. 3 dominance killers. I talk about that in detail. And so if you feel like this is not something that is actually authentic, that's something I don't want to do, I just feel obligated to do it because my husband is going to leave me, my husband's going to cheat on me, my husband's going to turn to porn, my husband's going to turn to an online mistress, my husband is going to find a local dungeon and local mistress, and I'm not comfortable with that, whatever. You want to be dominant? Set some fucking boundaries with this beta husband of yours. Stop letting him rule this dynamic. If he wants you to be his wife and his femdom wife, if he wants to be in a female-led relationship, he needs to start acting like it. And you, my dear, need to start taking that territory. So yes, to your question, should you take away his joy? Yes, because a daily climax should not be the source of anyone's joy, especially in a marriage. Think about this. Think about this. And then I'll get to all of your questions, but I'm going to rant right now. Think about this. Think about what that means. This wife is saying that this dominant wife is saying that her submissive's joy is not the marriage, not serving her, not being submitted to her. His joy is a daily climax. And it's her obligation to fulfill that joy and not steal his joy. Girl, send him to me. I'll steal all kinds of that joy. All right? Because that's not joy. That's self-gratification. This is why I say your kink, whatever scene you want to have, whatever fetish you have, you're allowed to have that. But if it ever takes precedence above your partner, that is a fatal flaw. It's a fatal flaw. Because here's what will happen. And here's the structure going on in this dynamic right now. Ready? We're going to get real savage. Because this is the reality. And this is how he has positioned this. Okay? If a daily climax is his joy, and his wife, his dominant, doesn't indulge that or allow that, what is she? She's now the enemy of his joy. Do you hear how scary that logic is? Do you hear how manipulative and toxic that logic is? Especially coming from a submissive, especially coming from a beta. You're trying to put this on your dominant? That's his wife, not his climax machine. There it is.